Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your set. I'm Hitman Cos. Welcome to another story. This coming from way back in my childhood, specifically 2005. And let me say something. From 2005 till at least 2008, maybe 2009, I was probably at my worst for like two reasons. One, I was a badass kid who just did not know how to behave, and at the same time, um, there was something that happened in my life that up until now I didn't realize that, like, I didn't know how to deal with it, and especially since like I never talked to anybody about it, so I guess it negatively affected me in ways that I didn't even know that it could. But in any case, it was fifth grade, and we had this one cat come in to school, and I'm still cool with him to this day. And we immediately hit it off because we were both into professional wrestling. He no longer is, but he was. So we would constantly talk about wrestling. He had been to shows, he had autographs and shit. He was showing them off and all that good stuff. So then comes one day at recess, we start wrestling, and I'm just playing around, but he's going hard, and I'm on, and we have our friend with us, and like the whole time I'm trying to dick around, he's trying to be serious. Then by the end of it, for a majority of the time, he had me in a chokehold, and like I was pretending not to break out of it and whatnot. Then once we were done, freaking the dude that was watching us is like going around the whole school telling me that I got beat up by my boy. And I desperately try to tell everybody what really happened, but but for some reason no one's believing me. So now my rep goes into the toilet because everybody thinks I got beat up by a nigga half my size. And eventually, things die down and shit goes back to normal, even though I get the occasional jab eh, um, over what happened every now and again. So then, fast forward to the spring. So honestly, it's like April, May, around that time, and I'm outside. I'm about to go ball out with my niggas from other classes when a bunch of other dudes from my class, from my own class, are bugging me to fight him again, and meanwhile, freaking, he's being like talked to by the other dudes on our class, and they're gassing the hell out of him, freaking firing him up like a motherfucker. So he's already ready to fight. I could just tell just by looking at him from all the way on the other side of the field. And I'm trying to avoid fighting because, like, back then, like I said, I was playing. But they want me to seriously fight him, as a rematcher. So I ain't trying to fight him because why would I want to fight my friends? And like, no matter how many times I try to deflect their questioning, try to get out of it, like they just won't stop trying to press until eventually, peer pressure be damned, I give in and agree to fight. And so, they surround us. We start, and I kid you not, all I'm doing, because he's literally half my size, all I'm doing is pushing him to the ground. And then in response, he's trying to take my legs out by kicking me, but these were like the weakest kicks anyone could ever give. So they're like doing nothing to me. And then after like the fifth or sixth push down, you know, they stopped the fight, declared me the winner, and so I walk off, go back to my niggas, and we playing basketball, having a good time. But unfortunately, my boy, he was still fired up because they had gassed him up so much. His adrenaline was pumping so badly that he was still fired up. And then what winds up happening is that he winds up stepping to one of them. And as a result, the dude he steps to decks him. And so then our teacher saw, and so they got busted. And I guess they figured because they dragged me into it, they snitched on me. So then I went down with them. So we spent the rest of the day in the assistant principal's office, and as further punishment, we got suspended for the rest of the week. And it was Wednesday, so it was only for 2 days. And I remember when it came to the assistant principal, she wasn't yelling at us. She talked to us in a way where you had those rare few teachers or so that actually cared, but like because we acted out, she was very disappointed in us. So she was sternly talking to us and expressing her disappointment as she was dissecting the whole situation. And so then after that, once I get home, my mom let me have it. And at first, I thought she was gonna whoop me, but no, I didn't get a whooping, but I did get put on punishment. Where, for pretty much the whole weekend, 4 days, this shit was torture. I couldn't play my game. And she even took my controllers away. So no game, no TV. I couldn't go outside. So, and like literally, I was stuck inside, sitting on the living room couch for 4 days. That shit was the worst. That was such torture, and especially being suspended for 2 days. So I'm there for a full 4 days, and I can't do anything. And then that wasn't all, because also she made me take out a piece of paper and write down, "I will not fight." And unlike at school, at home I didn't have, regular, lined paper. I had nothing but printer paper. So on a blank piece of paper, I'm writing, "I will not fight," until I fill up the whole page. Then I had to write it all. I had to write it completely on the other side as well. Then, if that wasn't bad enough, she made me write an apology letter to both my teacher and to the principal. And again, I had no pre-lined paper, so I had to, awkwardly write a letter on this blank piece of paper. And then by the time, we go back to school, I feel so freaking awkward because I have to hand deliver these directly to both the teacher, my teacher, and the principal. And part of me was thinking that the principal didn't even know anything about it, considering that we didn't go to him, we went to the assistant principal. But either way, yeah. Then, freaking, I thought it was going to be even more awkward when bumping into my boy in class, but once we see each other, we actually apologize to each other. Freaking, because we both felt like fools that we both let peer pressure get to us to do the fight to fight each other, and he even admitted that he ain't want to fight. So then, pretty much before class started, and then during lunch, at recess, we were pretty much laughing about the whole situation. Me and my niggas and him are laughing about the whole situation, about how we let them force us into the fight because of peer pressure. But skip ahead to now, and we're all cool with each other, and we just chalk it up to being stupid kids and shit. But that was definitely one experience I definitely did not want to repeat, because God, that punishment was torture. Like, hell, it almost felt like a whooping, mentally rather than physically. But that's gonna do it for the story. I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boy. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, by way of Struggle Vision Productions, I am the Hitman Kaz. And if you see me coming, run.